There's something truly magical about being outdoors at dawn. That beautiful period of transition between night and day when most of the world remains asleep. As a photographer, you never quite know how the early morning light will unfold, but that uncertainty is what we love to chase. On this particular morning, I decided to head to the cliff tops to revisit a location I was at last month. This location is home to some stunning rock formations, making it a great place to do long exposure photography. On my last visit, I created this image here. I loved it, but wanted to photograph it again with more dramatic light to really bring this beautiful view to life. Oh, and while we're talking about filters, if you live in Scotland and would like to try out the filters I use for yourself, I'm running another Nisi Filters Day on Saturday the 29th of April in Burgh Head. This is a 4-hour workshop undertaken around sunset. It's only £25 per person, and you'll be given your own set of Nisi filters to use for the duration of the workshop. The link to book your place can be found in the video description. By the time I got to my chosen spot, the sun was only 10 minutes away from rising. I began by putting my polarizer on my lens, followed by a 3-stop ND filter. This turned out to be a great combination, giving me a long enough exposure to allow some movement in the scene. And with some careful consideration of where I placed my tripod to allow for both safety from the cliff's edge and a pleasing composition, these images were created. Stunning golden light then flooded the scene before me, completely changing the mood of the landscape. In order to create my next images, rather than photographing into the sun, I used the beautiful golden sidelight to illuminate the cliff face. I decided to swap my 3-stop ND for a 6-stop, allowing me to increase the shutter speed. I would love to hear your thoughts. Out of these 4 images, which one is your favourite and why? You may have noticed that I haven't done any talking to camera so far in this video. There's a reason for that, as I'm about to share. On mornings like this morning, trying to film a video and do photography, it's just too much. I don't know why, but my head's not quite in gear this morning either. I think it's because it's a super early start and I've already been awake hours before my alarm went off. So I am fueled this morning on very little sleep. And then I arrived on location, plenty of time, and things just kicked off. Bang, 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 bang. And then it's like, I don't know what it was, but just trying to frame compositions, trying to set up. Things were just really challenging this morning. Challenging, is that the right word? I guess it is the right word. But things just, they weren't slotting into place. But it's just one of those mornings, you know, you get up super early, you haven't had much sleep, you get onto location, things aren't looking particularly promising, but you head out anyway, then things kick off, and when they do kick off, you only have a window of like 5-10 minutes at the most to capture it. And then it's gone, and you're only just starting to wake up. But you know what? It's well worth it. And this is why we do photography. These moments of getting out at times of day when nobody else is around, there is nobody else here. So lovely. Seeing beautiful sunrises like that to start the day, photographing it, getting creative, and having an adventure. I love an early morning solo adventure. It's just the perfect way to set you up for the day, and it just gets you going. It gets you going, and yeah, that's kind of that. I really don't know what's going on this morning. This is like my 5th take of trying to speak about this morning's shoot. I don't know what's going on this morning, but this is like my 5th take of trying to speak about this morning's adventure. Usually I can do it in 1 take, but it's just one of those mornings, and I wanted to share it because I think we all have these mornings and we all have these days where we head out and it's just, we just struggle to concentrate and to really fully know how things have turned out. I really don't know what's going on this morning. This is like my 5th take of trying to speak about this morning's adventure and share some tips with you or share some commentary. But it's just not working. For some reason my ability to articulate and speak words this morning is just not quite, I'm not quite there. But I hope you enjoyed this video, because despite me probably still being half asleep, I've thoroughly enjoyed getting up this morning. It was an absolute pleasure to witness that sunrise. We had a very brief colours in the sky, which because of where I wasn't really able to include them in my images, but they were lovely to see. And just watching the sunrise over the sea was beautiful as well. I don't know how the images have turned out, but you will of course have seen that in the video already, because things just weren't quite clicking into place for me this morning. I was struggling with focus. I was both mentally and physically with the camera. I was struggling to find a really crisp, clean composition, and I just was finding that I was just getting distracted by the beautiful sunlight and then trying to then compose images. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm going to stop speaking now because this is just getting ridiculous. But as always, I want to say a huge thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and you're not already subscribed, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm here to inspire you to reconnect with nature through the art of photography. And I'd love to have you along on my next adventure. Have a good week, and I'll see you all again next Sunday. What is going on? Despite the images turning out well, there was a lot of hiccups behind the scenes of making this video. And as I packed up my gear, things continued to cause irritations. This is me trying to explain that my lens hood wouldn't go on my camera, and my lens cap kept popping off, forgetting only a few seconds earlier that I'd taken off my microphone. Oh, and this is me struggling to get my tripod to stay on my bag, then being unable to fasten the belt on my bag, and to top it all off, yay! I trip up. Despite all of this, it really was great to get up early and head out for sunrise. There really is no better way to start the day.